Alright, welcome to the Gear Garage. My name is Zach, and this is my fun little show about whitewater kayaking, rafting, supping, everything. And today I want to talk about rafting, and in particular about Wing Rafts. Wing is a company started by Bill Wing. They made rafts in the 90s for whitewater. They made such high quality boats that they stopped doing whitewater and got picked up a bunch of military contracts and really focused on military for a long time. And they're getting back into whitewater, which is pretty cool, because of a few things. Their manufacturing process is bomber. They have some pretty cool designs, and their fabric is awesome. And the fabric is urethane, but there's something about their urethane fabric. It's just thicker or better. It just feels better to me. And it's historically been a great version of urethane fabric. Urethane fabric is what Sotar uses and what a few other manufacturers use, and is generally the most durable and incredibly slippery over rocks. So if you're in a rocky river, it's a really nice fabric. And again, creates a really stiff boat. And so I've been talking to people at Wing because I need high quality boats. I want to buy the most durable boats I can for our trips. Partially because when we're on a trip, I don't want to tear a boat. Tearing a boat is a huge inconvenience for the people on our trips. It's not fun for the guides to fix it. It's kind of stressful, and it creates headaches for us. But also boats that are durable over the course of a season or multiple seasons. The less I have to fix boats, the better it is for my business. It's just a lot of headaches I don't want to deal with. So just a very well-made boat out of top quality materials is important to me, and something I'll pay more for. I will happily pay more to get a top-notch boat that I don't have to worry about. And I think Wing is that boat. And I don't know for sure, but I'm feeling pretty good about it. And so I reached out to them about a year ago. Bought a couple boats from them last year, really liked them, and kind of stayed in touch. And they've been sending me some things to demo and try out, and I've been giving them some advice on some designs, some things I think are important for boat design, and some things I'll share with you Gear Garage listeners at some point down the road when I know more about those. But they recently sent me a prototype boat with a prototype material. And the material is still urethane, but there's something they told me about the way it's weaved together or something that's just very special and high-tech. And they told me this, I'm like, whatever. And I got the boat, and it's incredibly stiff. It's so stiff, it feels like a hard boat. It's really crazy. And I haven't really wrapped my brain around what the consequences of that stiffness are. I really haven't. But it's pretty cool and pretty fun. So if stiffness in a boat is important to you, you are very interested in this material. And so I think the upsides of stiffness are you don't taco boat. So tacoing is when you go over a drop and the boat bends and everybody just kind of falls into each other. It's kind of can be a dangerous thing. You know, Houston Falls is an example. If you go over Houston Falls in the White Salmon and the boat goes and it bends at the bottom, people go flying. Or if it's stiff, it'll just keep going through, typically. So, not tacoing is important. Whatever energy you put into that boat, it's going to go, right? The less stiff a boat is, the more energy is lost. So you can be more precise with the stiff boat, and the energy transfer is better, so it's more efficient. For downsides of stiffness, I don't know for sure if this is a downside, but I have always sort of had this thought that stiff boats are more likely to flip. And partially because I have flipped a couple of them, and I've always blamed my flips on the stiffness, so that just could be something I made up. But it seems like when you hit a rock or something and that boat goes up, it goes over all at once, versus if it goes up, the front might go up, but the back might not go all the way up, and it will kind of slink off of it. I don't know if slink is a real term for whitewater. I'm not even sure if that makes sense, but I've always had this thought in my brain that stiff boats are more likely to flip. Or even going into a wave, if you hit them at an angle, it's going to punish you hard if it's stiff, where if it's not stiff, it'll give a little bit and maybe not flip in a wave or a hole. But you can see I'm still working this out. So I'm not sure if stiff is good or bad for flipping. And if you have any thoughts as a listener, experienced thoughts, please give me some comments in the comment section below. Let's talk about this. I would love to know what you think, because I really am torn on whether a stiff boat is good or bad for flipping. Because if it's less likely to flip, then it would make sense that a stiffer is better for everything, and we should get the stiffest possible boat, which is this boat. So the other thing about this material is it's incredibly slippery over rocks. more so than regular urethane. It just slides right over rocks. And so this material could be a game-changing material. And so we've been taking it out on the Hood River. Today, Michael was rowing it down the Hood River, and he kind of pounded it into some pretty big holes. And these are holes that typically flip rafts. I would say definitely more than 50% of the rafts that go in flip in these holes, and maybe more like 90. And he didn't flip. So that's a good sign that stiff is good and this boat is good. It's really interesting. We're going to test it some more, but I really am intrigued by this boat. So if you're interested to hear more about the fabric, you could call Wing. I don't know much about it other than it's special and that it's pretty cool and that they're excited to make more whitewater rafts out of it. And if you're interested to hear more about Wing designs, leave a comment down below. It's a lot of work to go out and get video of some of these boats, but if you're interested, I'll go out and take some more videos. Or if you're interested in buying a boat from Wing, just give them a call, and they'd be happy to set you up. And so that's all I have for this episode. It's been really fun to test this boat. I've had it for a couple weeks now, and I'm really excited to do more episodes about it. And yeah, thanks for joining me. I'll see you next time.